Hi, I'm Becky, and I finished the Thrive program about 2 months ago now, and I can honestly say it's the best thing that's ever happened to my life. When I was 16, I started self harming on an almost daily basis, and I hid it from my family for the best part of 6 months. My parents inevitably found out, and they were looking for a diagnosis straight away. They wanted to help me get better. They couldn't believe that their happy, loving daughter had become something so completely different. So from the age of 16 until 21, when I started thriving, I'd had a lot of different diagnosis and a lot of, to put it bluntly, shitty therapy sessions. The first one I tried was at this volunteer-based therapy centre in Cambridge, where the woman had a sandpit in front of me and made me choose from these ornaments and put them in the sandpit and basically try and explain how I was feeling via sandpit and ornaments. I did it for 3 weeks and then gave it up as a bad job. I then saw a number of paid professionals who made me believe that my self-harm, borderline personality disorder, and anxiety would be a long, hard road to recovery. And of course, with them constantly instilling that in my head, I believed it. So I'd sit in a stuffy outhouse with a psychiatrist who would sit down with me and use everything she had learned during her degree that was supposed to help me recover. Truth be told, I would leave the sessions feeling worse than I had felt before. All we would do was talk about my past. It made me believe that my past defined me, that I was a victim to my past issues. It made me think that being a rape victim would always be with me and having scars forever would define me as a person. I never got taught to move past it. Yes, I could live with it, but I would live with it unhappily. I thought, great, so this is my life. I'm a victim to my rape, depression, anxiety, and I'm a victim to my own head. About a month after being healed by my psychiatrist, I was still self-harming and I was still miserable. I was on long-term sickness off work, and because of my anxiety, my mum, bless her, was still looking for ways to help me. It so happened that one of my mum's friends was friends with Amy, who was my Thrive consultant and my saviour. So my mum told me about Thrive, and I was beyond skeptical. How could something cure me magically in 6 weeks after being told by multiple professionals that it would be a long, hard road to recovery, that it would be with me forever, basically? I obviously wanted to get better, so I went to go see Amy, and I was freaking out on the way to her session because my sat nav wouldn't find her address, so my anxiety kicked in, and I got to Amy, and I was a nervous, shaking mess. In my initial assessment with her, I talked about my current diagnosis and what I'd been through in the past, and I expected her to hear the usual. I expected to hear the usual garbage that all my previous therapists had told me. So I was shocked when she told me that we wouldn't speak about my past issues again. That was it. I was like, a new, fresh approach. That's great. I'm sold. Thrive basically puts things into perspective. It's retraining your brain. The ideas are great, simple to understand, but you have to do the homework. The Thrive textbook, which is my Bible, has these tests in them at the beginning that basically test your levels of perfectionism, your desire of control, etc. And at the beginning, I was scoring near the maximum that you could. But from my second week, I could see the scores dropping on those tests and I could feel it working. By the end of my 6 weeks, with a lot of hard work put in on my end with my textbook and with the help of Amy, my symptoms have just disappeared. I wasn't only cured, but I was thriving. I was no longer a victim of my past, and it was almost like it happened to a completely different person, a person I no longer recognise. I've since met up with Amy, and she suggested that I message Rob and look into working for Thrive myself. Being young and going through what I've gone through, being able to encourage others like me to not feel like a victim of their past, to basically get others to thrive like I am, despite of everything, seems like the dream career option. So I'm going to do my Thrive training, become a Thrive consultant, and hopefully help a lot of young adults like me who've gone through similar problems. So watch the space.